What's going on today, YouTube? MrJGilbert here on the 19th episode of the Streamer Shoutout Showcase. We are featuring Hextechzydrate. She is rocking over 1,100 followers on Twitch, and she happens to be one of my longest streaming buddies on Twitch. We met a long time ago with a little Among Us event, and she is an absolute pleasure to have, as you will find out in just a moment. So come with me, and let's find out a little bit more about Hextechzydrate.
I'm Hexy and I know it. Got him.
Good work.
Get out of here. Oh god!
Oh
fuck!
shit!
Oh, you!
Son of a
that
bitch.
was bullshit.
That needs
Wow,
a clip. That
and
was
then-
bad, but that was good.
That was. Hi everybody, my name is Hextechzydrate, otherwise known as Hex, otherwise known as the Goddess. We're currently playing Fall Guys. I am stressed the fuck out. Welcome to the Goddess realm.
Yes, let's go. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. How are you doing?
Oh, lovely, lovely. Hey, thank you for taking the time to do this tonight, for being on here.
Absolutely, of course.
My gosh, I feel like it's been so long. I think didn't you kind of take a little hiatus from streaming there for a little while?
Not a super long hiatus. I think I did like a couple weeks because I was just super busy.
Right. But yeah, well, hey, good to see you back more often now, and having the time now to kind of be on here. So
Yes.
thank you again. But
Yeah.
all right, chat, welcome into the 19th episode of the Streamer Shoutout Showcase. And right now, we have Hextechzydrate on. She's an absolute legend. One of my oldest friends on the Twitch platform, and I'm so privileged to have her on here. In case you guys don't know how the show works, I got a few set questions that I'm going to ask her just to kind of get the show started. And then I want you guys to get all of your questions in. Please do the channel point redemption for highlight your message, and you can ask her anything that you want. And when I say anything, I mean anything. Okay.
I'll pretty much answer anything, yeah.
See, there it is. Right. And we may even get her to answer him in an accent. Just saying.
Maybe if you ask really nicely.
But Hex, again, thank you for taking the time to do this. Before I get started, I want to put the spotlight on you, and I want to give you a chance just to kind of introduce yourself to everybody.
Well, as the name states, I am Hextechzydrate, but I usually go by Hex because it's easier, because a lot of people tend to get my name incorrect and say hydrate instead of Zydrate. But I also am sometimes referred to as the Goddess because my followers like to start cults. And I am a variety streamer. We do a lot of horror games. We also do a lot of multiplayer games. But I also do other varieties, like I paint on stream. We recently had the 24-hour where we also did some cooking segments. And on Thursdays, we participate in Thurs Day, which is you lose your game, you drink. So that is what I typically do. Beyond that, I like to just have good vibes, and I like to have fun, and I like talking to people, and I listen to a lot of crazy music. It's all over the place, and yeah, that's pretty much some of my parts in a cosplay, I guess. That is
Oh my
the
God,
thing.
yeah, we'll get into all of that too. There's a lot. She's like an onion. There's so many layers to her.
I mean, oh, good.
But before I get started, I've been curious, and I know some viewers have probably been curious too. Hextechzydrate, the name.
Yes.
Like what is the background with that? Like what does it mean? Like where did you get it? How'd you get started?
Imagine. Thanks, Toxic. I appreciate you. How long have you known me? And you just noticed? So funny enough, this actually wasn't my first gamer tag. What happened was I used to almost religiously play League of Legends. Way back in the day, in the early seasons. And I lived with a bunch of people who also played League of Legends. And at some point we had decided to just become like a team. And we were like, we need our names to match. We need them to match. So we were all the Hextechs, and we were Hextech something. So I picked Hextechzydrate, and there was like Hextech Aether, there was Hextech Noodle, there was a bunch of us. There was like, I want to say 8 or 9 of us who all had Hextech as name. But then eventually we kind of disbanded. We lost touch with each other, and they all changed their names back. And I was the only one who's still a Hextech. And so I decided to keep it because I really liked the name. Zydrate comes in a little glass vial, as some of you may know. It's from a movie called Repo the Genetic Opera. And Zydrate is the drug that they use to numb you when they're performing cosmetic surgery on you.
Wow.
Yeah.
So
it's a lot going on.
So why'd you choose that to add to your name?
Well, to be honest, Repo is one of my favorite movies. It is definitely, it's a musical. However, it's like a horror musical. It's more on the darker themed side. And I really liked League of Legends. So I was like, yeah, I totally want to be a Hextech. And when everyone started changing their names again, I was like, nah, like, even if I never play League again, like, I still love the lore of League of Legends, especially with Arcane coming out recently. That was really great. Mm-hmm. And I don't know, it just kind of stuck. Like, it just, nothing else seemed to fit. Even thinking about what my old gamer tag was, nothing else fit like this one does.
Right. Awesome. All right, well, let me get to some questions that I hear. And I always start off with this first question. Just kind of gives us a chance for your background a little bit. But why did you become a streamer in the first place?
So I decided I wanted to become a streamer actually like way before I even actually started streaming, before I became into the Twitch platform. I actually recorded one video of me streaming on my very first computer that could run video games well. And I recorded myself playing a game on League of Legends just to test it. And then I also recorded a beta game. I can't remember what the name was called. I think it had something to do with like your voice. But I remember recording both of those because I was testing it out and then realizing that my mic was a piece of shit. So I never actually ended up posting them. And then about 4 years later, I was actually playing a game called Neverwinter with a friend of mine from Australia. And he was like, you should just go live. Just do it. Like what's going to happen? What's the worst that could happen? And I was like, you know what? You're right. We're going to do that. So I just went live one day and now we're here and there's all this craziness. And mostly that's I would say that would be the main reason I started streaming, was because I always had an interest in streamers and in streaming from, watching Markiplier way back in the day when he was still starting out. And I was like, yeah, that's interesting. And my friend Red Street Rider, who just kind of was like, just do it. Just freaking do it. Don't let your dreams just be dreams. So yeah, that's pretty much what happened.
And now you're crushing it.
I'm crushing it.
All right, then. So now that you've gotten started, my next question, what goals do you have for your channel?
Honestly, that's a really tough one, because at first it was like, I want to be really famous and I want to get places. And then I very, very quickly became, I have the millennial standard where if I don't have instant gratifications, I get super upset that I'm doing something wrong, that I'm not doing great with myself. So I had to sort of come to a different conclusion of what I wanted with the stream, which has actually started to really take hold recently. It's just, I just want people to be happy to hang out with me. Like, I just want them to come in and not feel pressured to have to like be there and interact with me. They can, though. I do like the interaction. I love talking to people, but I don't want people to feel unwelcomed. I want them to be happy and safe and loved. And that's pretty much been my whole vibe lately. Well, it's always been the vibe, but more so I try to make sure that that's how it stays.
Right. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. I've always loved you and your stream for so long. You got your Batman poster behind you. I wear a Batman mask on stream. So it's like, I feel like we vibed right away once we kind of met each other. But my next question, and this is kind of a I guess, open-ended question. So I want to kind of
Okay.
see, it's kind of up to you how much you want to, demonstrate or show or kind of tell us about. But on your channel, you do a lot of different like voice effects or sound effects or like accents, things like that. You have a
Right.
Predator one where you can do like the growl for Predator. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Like you do a ton of different things. Like what are some of those like fun aspects or whatever that you have on your channel?
Um, well, as far as voices go, I can do the Russian accent pretty well, and as well as the British accent. And I have been doing those for a really, really long time previously because of historical reenactment. So I just thought, hey, like people might like that. So I threw them in my channel. And with the predator noises, I used to be what's called a haunter, which is just someone who works at haunted houses and they're like part of the scary team. And I used to make all kinds of crazy noises. I don't do so much now because they're really throat intensive. So, but the predator noise is one that I do pretty regularly, and I just kind of grew from there. Like I do more noises now. I can make cute little like kitten trills, and I can do Perry the Platypus, and I kind of listen to what the people want to hear from me, and I'm like, yeah, I could do this stuff, and they're like, oh, well, can you do this? And I'm like, yeah, I could try at least. So do that, and I most recently added parodies to my channel redemptions, whereas I have created parodies for songs, and if you redeem it, I'll pick one of those parodies and I'll actually sing it on stream.
Ooh,
Yeah, so
let's
we're testing it out.
yeah. What's your, I guess, I don't say like favorite or like what's your best one that you're like when people do it you're like, oh psh, no problem, I got this one easy. Like what's your best like accent that you can do?
That is absolutely definitely the British accent because I do it so often that it's like I'm not even really American. I'm actually just from Britain. I don't have to really try to do them,
Oh my God, I was gonna say the Russian one. Don't you do a Russian one too?
Oh, the Russian one is also real easy. I just have to pretend, that I come from very hard place and I skip some words and
Yeah, just the beginning, chat. You guys definitely need to go check her out. All right, so I guess kind of moving forward with some more kind of streaming aspects that you've done and kind of things that you've done on your channel. You're not just one of those typical fire your stream up, I play a game, and that's all I do. You know what I mean? A lot of streamers just kind of sit there in front of the thing and just kind of play games. You do a lot of things, a lot of fun streams, like cosplays. You know, your 24-hour stream. You did your ice cream pool that you did. You're like Among Us streamer nights. You do a lot of community games. Like, what are some like your favorite like streaming memories throughout your career?
Well, I will say I don't necessarily know it's my favorite because I'd probably never do it again. But the ice cream stream is definitely a memorable one. I remember being cold, so cold the whole time. And I will tell you that you guys really enjoyed watching that. The biggest problem that I had with the whole thing was trying to wash off afterwards. I took 3 showers and I felt like I was still covered in chocolate sauce for so long. And I'll never be able to forget that ever. My mother chucking sprinkles at me and candy and pieing me in the face with whipped cream. Like I will never be able to forget that. I am in talks about doing another one potentially. But not with ice cream this time, only because it was so messy.
Right.
But
that was the anniversary stream, wasn't it?
that was for me hitting, I want to say it was either 500 or 600 followers.
Oh, okay.
So I did it as kind of a celebratory. And it was so cold, but it was fun.
Yeah, go on. What else kind of sticks out to you? Like, kind of the fun, different types of streams that you've done.
I did do for a little while there. I was doing painting streams where I was painting this shelf. Funny enough, it's actually not done, and I've been meaning to get back to it. I just haven't yet because I'm procrastinating. But I really liked doing that one because it was different, and I got people to kind of engage with me on it. Because every single section of these shelves were actually inspired by followers and chatters. So they're the reason that the images inside the boxes are in there on this shelf. So that one was really fun. I liked doing that one a lot.
Right.
And I would say probably my favorite stream was not this last cosplay I did, but the first cosplay that I actually did on stream was Diva from Overwatch. And I was helping out Cinematic Mike doing his 24 hours, and I kept him entertained the whole time. And there's a clip of me somewhere doing the Ride the Train dance so in my Diva outfit, and it's fantastic. I love that one.
I need to see that immediately.
I'll find it and I'll send it to you.
You need to find that? Yes. Guys, what we're going to do is we're going to give a shout out here to Hex. You guys absolutely need to go follow her, show her some love, and also while you're there, maybe give 10 subs or something. I don't know. You know what I mean? But my next question for you, and it's my last question that I have before I turn you over to the mercy of chat.
Okay.
And I always like to end with like just a funny, ridiculous question, just to kind of put you on the spot a little bit, make you think a little bit, and kind of see what you come up with. Are you ready for my last question?
I'm ready, I think. Probably.
My final question I have for you, Hex, are we living in a computer simulation?
That's a good question. I don't know if it's necessarily a computer simulation, as more of someone is playing with us like we're Sims.
Oh.
Because I constantly walk into the kitchen and forget what I'm doing, like someone canceled my action,
What? That just blew my mind.
Yeah, I mean, all the time. It's just like, you go to do a thing, and then you're like, wait, why was I in this room? And then you have to like retrace your steps to remember what you were doing. And sometimes it just doesn't come back to you because like somebody was up there just canceling your actions and they're like, nah, never mind. We're not going to do this.
Deja vu's real for a reason.
Exactly.
Oh my God. I never thought I'm not going to be able to sleep tonight. I'm like, did somebody tell me to go to bed? No. I'm going to buck the system.
No. Screw you, system. I'm staying awake. They're like, no, go to sleep.
All right, chat. She is yours. All right. So make sure you do the channel port redemption, redeem your message. We already have a bunch of questions coming in, not highlighted, but I did see them. So we have a bunch of questions coming in. So I'll get to those. But guys, ask her anything you want. Redeem the highlight message or the highlight redemption. So make sure I just don't miss it. I have a little quick segment that I like to call this or that, little rapid fire questions. And then I'm going to turn you over to chat. Are you ready?
All right. Yes, I am ready. Let's go.
Salty or sweet?
Ooh, depends on the context.
Okay, now you're going to be going into details on these questions. Come on.
Okay, I'll say this, okay? If I'm going for snacks, I like salty. If I'm going for like foods, I like sweet.
All right. Ghosts, real or not?
Definitely real.
Summer or winter?
Summer.
Dad bod or abs?
Ooh. No preference, actually.
Really? Okay.
Yes.
Scuba dive or skydive?
Ooh, scuba dive.
Last one. Normal shots or body shots?
Always body shots. Duh.
No. All right. Are you ready for some chat questions?
I am ready for chat questions.
First one says chocolate milk or strawberry milk?
Ooh, strawberry, absolutely. I love strawberry milk. Chocolate milk I do like, but it has to be very, very specific, and I have more success with strawberry milk.
Okay. Next, it's a zombie apocalypse, and you're with a group. You get bit while fighting off zombies together. What do you do?
I would ask them to give me as many explosives as they possibly could. I will strap myself, because I want to go out on my own terms, okay? I would strap myself with as much explosives as I could and just get every zombie I could to chase after me and then blow them up.
Kamikaze style.
I don't want to turn into a zombie. I would rather if I'm going to go, I want it to be on my own terms.
Wait, did you just say that you don't want to turn into a zombie?
No,
Aren't we all technically zombies of the government right now?
I mean,
dun, dun, dun.
dun, dun, dun.
Next question. What is your youngest memory?
My youngest memory?
Yes.
Oh God, this one's really hard to describe because it's kind of specific. Have you ever seen Howl's Moving Castle?
I have not.
Okay, there's a scene where she kind of gets absorbed into this darkness and is running in the air towards a memory that is someone else's memory. And she's able to step in and kind of be inside that memory and look around and stuff. My earliest memory, I was 5, was almost just like that, where like I was in this darkness and suddenly I was coming into view of something that I was in, and it was the front of my house, which at the time we lived in Riverside, California. So it was like just the front of the condo. We were getting ready to go inside, and that's the earliest memory that I have.
Oh my gosh.
No, it was really strange, and to think about it, I'm like, it kind of sounds like I was tripping or something.
Oh my gosh.
5-year-old me.
Before we get to more chat questions, I did do this earlier. I want to make sure that make sure I do it. Do you want to give your stream schedules? That way people listening can check out you on stream sometime.
Absolutely. On the norm, I stream Monday through Thursday, starting at 6:30 CST to whenever I feel like, because sometimes I play like indie games that are only an hour or too long. Other times I'm like playing Fortnite or DBD or whatever. So it's really just a matter of how I'm feeling for the day. But definitely I do try to start at 6:30 on those days. And occasionally I do a Sunday stream if I'm not too busy, but I do work. So it's kind of like, maybe we'll go live today. Maybe we won't. Who knows?
Right. All right. There you go, chat. Be sure to check her out. Next question. Do you remember what game you were streaming when you started gaining followers?
When I started really gaining followers,
like what were you streaming at the time? Like when you started taking off or like started getting momentum?
gosh, that's a good question. I think I was really into Phasmophobia at that point, and probably Overwatch. And no, I think that's about it. I was really heavy into those because I was playing with all my friends because they were all into that hype. And so those were the main 2 games. And then we really started branching out to like other horror games that we could play together. And then I started playing other multiplayer games, and it just kind of went from there.
Nice. Next question. What is your first and second favorite animals and why?
My first and second favorite animals. My first favorite animal is a wolf. I've loved wolves since I was a kid. I have always loved them. If I could be more proactive in their, I'm losing my words. If I could be more proactive in their safety, I would. I just am unfortunately poor, but I try to do what I can. I actually support a wolf conservation that I follow here regularly. And I donate when I can, because they do have a lot of endangered wolves that they help and they nurture and they born into captivity and stuff. So I love them. They're so pretty and they're so cool and I love them. I can't help it.
Wolf charity stream? What?
Right? That's a good idea. I don't know.
No, wolves are my favorite animals too. So I was like,
yes. They're awesome. I want to go to, I can't remember if it's Colorado or not, but there's somewhere that they actually have a place that has wolves there, and you can actually go in and hang out with the wolves and watch the Northern Lights at the same time. And I'm like, I want to do that. I want to. I love it. If I die because of my passion, then that's how I go. Okay.
I guess that's what your sim director told you to do, right?
Exactly. My second favorite animal is probably gonna be a tiger.
Okay.
Kind of similar reasons. At one point in my young child life, Bengal tigers were my favorite, and they were also rare. They were going extinct at one point, and
Sure.
I was like, ah! So I was all about the tigers, and I just like them now because I think they're pretty and they're majestic, and I'm not necessarily onto one type of tiger anymore. I like all tigers. They're so pretty. Murder mittens, you know? I did actually get to pet a white tiger. That was really cool and terrifying, but awesome.
I have to go off on a tangent here from this question.
Okay.
You said Tiger's your second favorite.
Mm-hmm.
What about that documentary on Netflix? God, why am I drawing a blank?
Tiger King?
Yeah, it's Tiger King.
Oh God, no.
Thoughts?
No. I have not seen one episode
Oh
of Tiger
man,
King.
it's crazy.
I saw some of like the little memes that were going on. I was like, no, it's too close to home for me.
It's one of those shows where you just watch it and you're like, is this real life? Like, is this really how people act?
Yes, I can tell you for fact that depending on the area you go to, people act like that.
God, it's crazy.
It is terrible.
All right, next question. What color would you never dye your hair again, if any?
Actually, I typically don't choose the colors that I wouldn't dye my hair in, but I would say I accidentally dyed my hair orange once, and I will never, ever, ever do that again because I have olive toned skin, so I just look like a freaking Cheeto. It's not fun, and I just...
Oh my gosh, channel point goal right now, redeem for orange hair?
No, absolutely not.
Let's see. Next question. What are your thoughts on how we could convince Mr. J to do an ice cream pool stream?
I will tell you that as an adult who has access to adult money and wanted to do all the things I wanted to do as a kid is very, very dangerous. That's sort of what inspired the ice cream stream, actually, was I was like, I've always wanted to jump into like a thing of ice cream and see what it was like. And I was like, you know what? Fuck it. I have adult money. Let's try it. And that's kind of what happened.
And see, now that she did it, she doesn't want to do it ever again. So
I don't, but I don't regret it, but I probably won't be doing it again. Only because it's not necessarily because it wasn't fun, but I have a high sensitivity to extreme cold temperatures.
Oh yeah.
So it was very difficult for me to get into it. I was like, it's so cold the whole time.
Yes.
But if you're going to do it, like I suggest definitely getting a bigger kiddie pool than what I got because it was very small.
Especially for me, like
yes.
I need a lot bigger one.
And one more suggestion: if you do it, don't get as many tubs of ice cream as you think you're going to need.
Did you have a lot of extra ice cream?
I had 10 extra tubs of ice cream.
Oh my god! How much you get?
We ended up getting 16 total, and I used 6 of them, and we didn't use the other 10. So we ate ice cream for like 2 months straight.
Are you still eating on ice cream? Jesus.
No. We gave some to like my little cousins so that they could eat it, and then we ended up keeping 2. And oh my god.
Oh my goodness.
So don't get as much.
This might. I'm going to say, except for this ice cream, for this next question, I'm going to say, except for the ice cream stream. What is your most embarrassing or traumatic stream memory?
My most embarrassing.
And I'm going to rule out the ice cream stream.
Right, because that one was pretty embarrassing. I'm going to say the 24-hour.
Is that where you did karaoke with your family?
I did do karaoke, and I did rock band, and I don't like to sing in front of people. I'm starting to do it a little bit more now, but when I first started streaming, I was like, yeah, I used to be this really big singer, and I actually took like lessons in college, and I took some voice stuff, and I was like, yeah, and they were like, oh, you should sing for us, and I'm like, no. But for the 24-hour, I really wanted to kind of come out of my comfort zone and do some like weird stuff and really put myself out there. So I put karaoke on there, and we all ended up doing it together. And it was a really fun time, but embarrassing because I was like, nobody look at me. I'm not singing. This isn't my voice. And the most embarrassing moment of that whole thing, if I'm being honest, was when I had to wear the horse head. They made me dance to Mr. Ed.
Wow. Following the trends, are ya?
They made me dance to the Mr. Ed theme. Okay, it was hilarious.
Next question. If you could be any animal, which would it be? One answer real and one answer fictional.
Ooh, and okay, are you gonna try to guess which one?
Well, obviously wolf is probably the real one.
Okay. If I could be an animal. Do they have to be real animals or can they be fictional?
One answer for a real animal and then one answer for a fictional animal.
Okay, I can do that. Okay, yes. I would definitely be a wolf if I could. Because it would be awesome. Yep. And for the fictional animal, I think I wouldn't mind being a siren. Or a banshee. That would be pretty cool.
That is demonic ghosts, by the way, people. Okay, just so you know.
Well, sirens are technically like the real versions of mermaids,
right?
But still a little spooky.
right. I'm gonna expand on this next question a little bit. What social medias do you have?
Okay,
because the question was, do you have Instagram? But I'll just kind of expand on what other social medias do you have and use?
I do have Instagram, but I constantly forget to post on it, except for when I'm like, oh crap, I just took a bunch of pictures. I should be posting those on Instagram. So I have an Instagram, but if you don't see me post a lot on it, it's because I am very forgetful. But I also have, Twitch, and then I have TikTok, which I do post on pretty regularly lately. Because I'm trying to sort of get more into it. I have a Facebook page for mine and my best friend's cosplay page. I have Discord, obviously. I'm trying to think. Brain?
Twitter?
I think that's it. I do have a Twitter, yeah. Duh.
Is it just Hextechzydrate on all of them?
It is. All my platforms are Hextechzydrate, so it's easy to find me.
There you go. Easy to look her up. Next question. How did you meet Drum Daddy, and how long did it take for you guys to realize you wanted to be together?
I met Drum Daddy through some mutual friends. This was back in the early streaming days, when Mike and Paladin and I and Shebbles and a few other people, Marie, we were regularly hanging out, Ramaki, and Drum Daddy at the time was not actually Drum Daddy. He was going by a previous name. But he would pop in while we were all hanging out super late at night, and because it was in the middle of the day for him. And met him a couple times, lurked on one of his streams when he used to do magic tricks pretty regularly. And the story is so funny to tell. He popped in feeling super confident one day and was like, hey, who wants some tasteful selfies? And everyone was like, oh, me. And then he was like, okay, I will get to it and I will be back, because he was at work. So he kept having to pop in and out. And he was like, I'll get to all of you. And I was like, well, where's mine? Because he didn't mention me. Right. So when he came back, I was like, well, maybe I want a selfie. So he's like, fine, then DM me. And I was like, I will. So I DM'd him. He sent me a great selfie. And then we sent memes to each other for the first week. And then he jokingly asked if I wanted to watch a movie. And I was like, yeah, I absolutely want to watch a movie with you. And for I want to say a couple weeks after, I kept teasing him about when we were going to watch this movie, because he was waiting for his desk to come in because he had moved. And then we finally watched the movie and he was like, I like you. And I was like, I like you. So dating? So I would say about a month in.
My gosh. It's like I need to have like the hearts like flutter on the screen right now.
He is an amazing soul, and he makes me laugh and he makes me happy, and I'm so excited because he's going to be in here in 2 weeks
on stream.
Yeah, he's going to be here with me. He's coming to the US to visit. So
let's go.
Yes.
Did I miss the part where he's from? Did I miss that part?
He's from the UK.
Oh, okay. Well, that's awesome. Better be on stream.
I know, I'm so excited.
I better approve first, Hex.
Well,
I better approve.
I mean, who could not approve of someone named the Drum Daddy and is a kick-ass drummer and loves memes, you know?
Okay. All right. Already got me. All right, chat. We're getting to that time. We're about to wind up and wrap up our 19th episode of the Streamer Shoutout Showcase. So any last-minute questions that you have, please get them in right now. And then here in a little bit, you'll be seeing Hextech and I play a midnight ghost hunt. So I'll be checking that out. Last couple questions that we got for you: cats or dogs?
That's hard. I've had both, and I love both. I will say cats are easier to take care of because they're kind of like self-aware enough to take care of themselves, and dogs are a little more needy. But I like both. I like all animals. If I could have like weird exotic animals, I would. I've been trying to convince Drum Daddy to let me have a snake, and he's like, only if I can have a spider. So we're kind of in this debate because I don't like spiders very much.
Right. Snakes are my no-no.
I love snakes. I used to take care of them when I was younger, so I've always loved them.
Ew. Let's see. What's the number one thing you have on your bucket list?
On my bucket list?
Oh yeah.
I want to visit. Actually, I should precurse this with my original main bucket list item was that I wanted to meet Lorraine Warren, but she died not that long ago, so I had to change my bucket list, and now I want to go visit the Warren house where they keep all of the objects that they took from all of the houses that they inspected, and they keep it all in one big kind of museum-like room, and I want to visit that.
Nice. When are we getting the next question? When are we getting more Harley and Joker cosplay?
Soon.
That was a fun time.
That was really fun. I liked doing that, and I come to discover I can now do a really good Harley Quinn accent. So
you can. I'm like, God, I feel totally unprepared for this.
Well, now next time you'll be prepared. So
like,
you'll have to practice.
I'm just gonna buy a freaking Joker mask. Like, put all that makeup and spray painting my hair. Like, it just took way too long. Let's see. I don't appreciate this question, Torque, but we'll treat this as the last question of the night. All right. Do you think of Mr. J as the goofy dad or creepy uncle of Twitch?
Wow, what a question. That's interesting.
I don't appreciate it.
I think you're definitely I wouldn't say that you're either. You're definitely sometimes a teacher on stream, I would say, because you're like educational and stuff. And
Ew, don't tell anybody.
But yeah, because we do the are you smarter than a fifth grader, and you talk about like subjects of things, and you're constantly in the know on like not only political but also like history and things of that nature. So just you're very teacher-esque to me.
God, what have I done to myself? Gross. All right, chat. We're going to give Hextech one more shout out right now. Guys, please go drop her a follow immediately if you've not already done it. She's an absolute legend, if you couldn't tell, from this whole interview here. Also, guys, if you have missed the interview or if you're just now tuning in, it'll be up on my YouTube channel this Saturday. So you guys can go check out the entire podcast shout out for Hextechzydrate. Before we leave, I get to put the spotlight on Hex one more time, and I want to give you a chance to kind of send us off with a farewell. You can self-promote, you can say whatever you want, like the floor is yours.
I don't know, I guess. If you like cool vibes and you don't mind me screaming a lot, because I scream a lot, and, just general chatting and good vibes and talking about weird stuff on my stream, just come hang out, I don't mind. Just come chill with me. That's all I really do is I hang out and I play video games and I talk to people, and you guys are all my homies now. So definitely come hang out and chill out with me, and I hope to see you there.
Yeah. All right. Hey, Hex, thank you for taking the time to do this.
Yay, of course, always.
Thank you for taking the time to watch an episode of the Streamer Shoutout video podcast. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe so you can get notified of all future videos and episodes that come out on this channel. Now, if you're interested in joining the Streamer Shoutout, all you have to do is in the description below, you'll see a link to my Discord. Join that and you'll see a Thankful Thursday section. Let me know that you are interested. I'll get you in the rotation. It is simple as that. We'll see you next time, and I appreciate you.